Welcome to this episode of the Gentleman Shorts, and in today's episode we will be looking at how to find the correct Arduino shield for your project. Arduinos come in many shapes and sizes, and as it turns out, so do Arduino shields. But picking the right one for your project may not be as simple as you may think. There are many factors that come into play when choosing shields, including pinout, operating voltage, current draw, software compatibility and hardware compatibility. Pinout is incredibly important, since if the pinout of the shield is different to the Arduino that you have, then you'll have some serious issues. For a shield to operate, it requires a number of I/O pins and power supply, but if the shield is incompatible with your Arduino's pinout, then you could face short circuits and/or permanent damage to both the Arduino and the shield. Operating voltage is also super critical, because if the shield operates at a lower voltage than what the Arduino operates at, for example, the Arduino Uno operates at 5 volts while the ESP8266 operates at 3.3 volts, then the shield could easily be damaged. If it's the other way around, then the Arduino could be damaged by the shield, so make sure that the two operate at the same voltage. Current draw is one that often goes overlooked, but is also very crucial. Some shields, such as motor controllers, may not be able to rely on the Arduino's power rail. If a shield tries to draw more current than what the Arduino can offer, then a brownout will occur and reset the system, which, by the way, is a best case scenario. The worst case scenario is that the shield overloads the onboard regulator and therefore becomes damaged, rendering the board useless. So keep an eye out for power-hungry boards that may need to use an external DC supply. Just because a shield is compatible with your Arduino does not make it a good buy. Shields often contain ICs which are rather complex, which may need setting of registers, messaging and handling. This is why libraries are so useful for the Arduino. All of the complex software is taken care of. However, some shields may only be designed to work with a particular Arduino, and thus libraries associated with that shield may not work on other Arduinos. For example, the Uno and Do are fundamentally very different, with the Uno being based around the Atmega 328, while the Do is based around an AVR ARM Cortex-M3. Since many libraries bypass the standard Arduino libraries and use instructions specific to the CPU, the library will not compile correctly when being used on a different processor. For example, specific hardware may not exist. The last problem when choosing shields is if the shield is compatible with other shields. Arduino shields are designed to be stacked on top of one another, so multiple devices can be connected at once. However, some shields may need to use specific pins such as the UART, SPI or even GPIO, and if any two of these shields need the same I/O pin, then they cannot work together. So choosing a shield can be more difficult than you may imagine. The best approach is to know what Arduino you have and then search for the shields that are compatible with that Arduino. Once you have a list of shields that you want to use in a project, write down what each shield needs in terms of GPIO and specific hardware. If there are any conflicts, then you can replace one of the shields with an alternative to see if there is still a conflict. Well, that's it for this episode of the Gentleman Shorts, but remember, take care when choosing a shield, and if in doubt, look around on Arduino forums, because chances are someone has already been where you are now and has solved it. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.